Hello! In this video I'm going to teach you to play the song Don't Know Why on the acoustic guitar. Don't Know Why was made famous by Norah Jones, who released a version of it in 2002, but it was actually written by someone called Jesse Harris, I think in 1999. Now it's essentially a jazz song, really lovely song, and certainly the Norah Jones arrangement of it features piano quite heavily, and there's a band and so on. So this is a version of Don't Know Why for the acoustic guitar. And I do it in a different key to Norah Jones. She does it in A, I do it in E, because that suits my voice better. I'm going to start by playing you a little bit of my version of the song. And once I've done that, so you know what the feel of the version is, I'll begin to break it down and show you how to play it and what I'm doing. I waited for the day to come. Don't know why I didn't come. I left you by the house of fun. Don't know why I didn't come. I don't know why I didn't come. When I saw the break of day, thought that I would fly away. Instead I'm kneeling in the sand, catching teardrops in my hand. My heart is drenched in wine. You've been on my mind forever, and so on. So that's my version of the song. So how do I do it? Let me start by showing you the first two chords in the song. And once I've done that, I'll show you what I'm doing with my right hand and try and talk about the timing. So the first two chords are this one. This is E major 7. And the second chord is a regular E7. So the E major 7, there we go, and E7. So E major 7, let me talk through that and you'll see a chord chart will appear at the top of the screen. I'm playing the 6th string open, I'm playing the 5th string with my index finger fretting at the 7th fret, I'm playing the 4th string with my ring finger at the 9th fret, I'm playing the 3rd string with my middle finger at the 8th fret, and finally I'm playing the 2nd string with my little finger at the 9th fret. And I'm not really playing that top open E. You could do, it's part of the chord. So, and I'm doing a spread. So the way that I'm doing the spread is like this. With my thumb on the right hand, I'm playing down, playing the 6th string and the 5th string, and then with my index finger, middle finger and ring finger respectively, I'm playing the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings to give this effect. That's a spread. You could just do it as a block like that, but I think it's slightly nicer if it's spread. Once I've done that spread, I'm then doing what I call a knuckle slap, which is that I'm bringing my thumb, the side of my thumb and my knuckles down on the strings. That's making them slap against the first few frets, the top few frets here, and it's giving me that nice percussive slap sound. So spread, slap. That's the first bit, and that's on that initial chord, which is E major 7. Then I'm changing to the E7. So let's look at that chord first. I'm barring with my index finger at the 7th fret, and I'm barring all of the strings except for the bottom E string, the 6th string, that I'm still playing open. The rest barred with the index finger at the 7th fret, and then with my ring finger I'm fretting the 4th string at the 9th fret, and with my little finger I'm fretting the 2nd string also at the 9th fret. And that's that chord. Again, I'm not really playing that highest note. So, what I'm doing with this chord is that I'm playing the 6th string open with my thumb, and then after that I'm playing the 4th string with my index finger, and then I'm playing the 3rd string and the 2nd string at the same time with my middle finger and my ring finger combined. So this. And then I'm slapping again. Same knuckle slap. Bringing the knuckles and the side of the thumb down on the strings. So if I do that, then this is what we have so far. That. Okay. I'll do that one more time and then I'll tell you about the timing. And you can, when you play that second chord, by the way, the E7, you can either play the open E, or as I just did then, you can play the 5th string, which is also an E, it's just an octave higher. So either way works. So what's the timing there? Well, if we break it down, starting from the beginning on that E major 7, I'm playing that open 6th string on the first beat of the bar. And then I'm slapping on the second beat of the bar. 1 and 2, like that. 1 and 2, and sorry, it's not just the bottom E, it's the spread that I showed you that I'm playing on that first beat of the bar. So 1 and 2. Then I'm changing chords to the E7, and then we've got and 3 and those 3 notes, and 3 and, so that's my thumb, index finger, middle finger and ring finger, and 3 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and on the 4 I'm slapping again. So we've got this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay, like that. Now at that point I'm going to move to the next chord, which is A major 7, this chord. So the A major 7, again, you should see a chord chart coming up on your screen now. And what I'm doing here, I'm playing the 6th string, fretting it at the 5th fret. I'm playing the 4th string, fretting it at the 6th fret with my, so the 6th string was being fretted with my index finger. The 4th string I'm fretting at the 6th fret with my ring finger. My little finger is fretting the 3rd string, also at the 6th fret, and my middle finger is fretting the 2nd string at the 5th fret. And those are the notes that I'm playing. Again, I'm doing a spread. Very similar. With my thumb on the right hand, I'm playing the bottom E, the 6th string, and then with my index finger, I'm playing the 4th string. With my middle finger, I'm playing the 3rd string, and with my ring finger, I'm playing the 2nd string as a spread. Now, let's think about the timing of that. You might think you'd do that on the first beat of the 2nd bar. But actually what I'm doing is I'm doing what musicians often call pushing. I'm pushing that note or that chord. I'm pushing it onto the last half beat of the first bar. Okay, so if we count that first bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, this chord, this A major 7, the 3rd chord of the piece, that's on the last and beat of the first bar. Okay, so let's just look at that then. So far, first 3 chords we got, and then we're slapping again. So 1 and 2 and 3, sorry, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, so I've talked you through the timing of the first couple of bars, and in fact that same timing and the same finger patterns on the right hand really work for most of the song. There are some exceptions, and I'll tell you those in a minute. But let me next talk you through the chord sequence. So the first three chords we've already talked about. So we start with that E major 7, we move on to E7, and then we go to A major 7, so that's where we got to already. Now the next chord is an interesting one, it's this chord. Now that's actually A flat with an augmented 7th. Let me tell you about that chord, you can see the chord chart for it now, but basically I'm barring at the 4th fret with my index finger here, and then I'm just fretting the 3rd string at the 5th fret with my middle finger, and I'm fretting the 2nd string also at the 5th fret with my ring finger. That's the chord. And again, I'm playing the 6th string with my right hand with the thumb, and then the index finger, middle and ring fingers are playing the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings respectively. Okay, so that's the next chord. Then we go to a C sharp minor 7, like this. So that's C sharp minor 7, you can see what I'm doing here. I'm barring at the 4th fret with my index finger, and then I'm just fretting at the 6th fret with my ring finger on the 4th string, and the 5th fret with my middle finger on the 2nd string. That's your C sharp minor 7th. The next chord is an F sharp 7, barring at the 2nd fret, and then just using your ring finger and your middle finger at the 4th fret on the 5th string and the 3rd fret on the 3rd string respectively. The next chord, penultimate chord now, is a type of B7. This is a regular B7. So you can see that's how we normally play B7, barring at the 2nd fret with the index finger, and then the ring finger at the 4th fret on the 4th string, and the little finger at the 4th fret on the 2nd string. Now what we're doing is a variant on that, and we're pushing our little finger up to the 5th fret on the 2nd string, and that's basically giving us a B7sus4. We're suspending the 4th note, which is that E, which we get at the 5th fret on the 2nd string, okay? And then the last chord is a good old E major. There we go. And you can see the chord chart for that. You probably know how to play E major already. So those are the chords. And the right hand pattern and the timing is really much as I described for the first 2 or 3 chords that I showed you. But there are 1 or 2 differences as we get towards the end of that chord progression. So let me play it for you. So the timing changes a little bit on those last 2 chords. On the B7sus4, we're going to do a spread using our thumb, index, middle and ring fingers on the 5th, 4th, 3rd and 2nd string respectively. We do that, again we're pushing that chord, so we do that on the and before the start of the bar, and then on the and after the first beat of the bar, we're going to play the top string with our ring finger, and then we're going to slap on the 2nd beat of the bar, as always. Okay, and then we move on to our last chord, which is the good old E major. We're going to do the same 3 things. We're going to do a spread, play the top string without ring finger, and then slap. Okay, so let's look at the timing of those 2 bars. I'll try and talk you into it by playing the 2 bars before them. So starting from the C sharp minor 7. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we are playing that suspended fourth, B suspended fourth with a B7 suspended fourth on the and before the bar. Then we're playing the top note on the and after the first beat. Then we're slapping on the second beat. Then we're playing that E on the and before the third beat. On the and after the third beat, we're playing the top string with our ring finger, and then we're slapping on the fourth beat. So you get this. And then you're back to the start of your chord cycle. Now, there's only really one other section you need to know, and that's the bridge, which is this part. It's if I sing it for you, it goes like this. My heart is drenched in wine. You've been on my mind forever. So the way I'm doing that, it's using 3 chords we've more or less already met. C sharp minor 7, F sharp 7, and then a different form of B7, and it's a regular B7 at the 7th fret. Probably know that. If you don't, there should be a chord chart appearing around about now, or maybe just before now. When I get up to that B7, so I'm doing something a little different there. Something a bit like that. So let me play that for you again. My heart is drenched in wine. You've been on my mind forever. Now I don't play it exactly the same way every time, as you've probably noticed. Up to you what you do there, but what I'm doing is I'm doing a spread on that B7 in the bridge, and then I'm using my ring finger, middle finger and index finger to walk down those top 3 strings. So 6, 5, 4, 6, 5, 4, a bit like that. And sometimes playing the 4th string with my thumb, which is a little bit difficult to fret sometimes on this guitar. So sometimes it's sounding like it's not quite fretted, but I think that's okay. It's all part of the sound. So we've been on my mind forever. Something had to make you run, and etc. So that's the middle 8. So I hope you enjoyed learning how to play Don't Know Why on your guitar. There's one more thing I just want to show you about this song, which I think is fascinating and rather lovely. Not particularly pertinent to how you play it, but just interesting. And that is, as you play that chord progression, you'll find that there is a note which goes down chromatically all the way from the first chord of the progression to the last chord. So when you play the first chord, E major 7, one of the notes in it is an E flat, which is on the 8th fret on the 3rd string. And if you listen and you watch as you play your chords, you'll find that note will go down by half a tone, chromatically in other words, and that means down by 1 fret in each chord you play until you get to your last chord, which is the E major, when you'll find it's the G sharp on the 1st fret on the 3rd string, which is part of G major. So take a listen and watch. First chord, 2nd chord, 3rd chord, 4th chord, 5th chord, 6th chord, 7th chord, 8th chord. Did you pick up that chromatic change there? So let me show you that progression, just playing the one note, starting with that E flat, going down half a tone or 1 fret, until we get to the G sharp. I waited for the day to come, don't know why I didn't come. There we go. And that is embedded in that chord sequence that you play, and it's just rather lovely, isn't it? Thanks very much for watching. Join me again for the next lesson, and please remember to like and subscribe because that really helps me to grow the channel. See you next time.